Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Reload. How are you? Thanks so much for joining me today on this Wednesday. We're going to be playing more EVE Online, but I'm going to be switching up my format just a little bit. Today we have a special guest with us once again. It's going to be Gentleman Gamer. It's going to be joining us to talk about the new EVE Online 119.5 release. Let me get a very complicated graphic here to show. Right there, so 119.5 release has just went live, and I just want to talk about a little bit about the changes and also discuss potential implications of whatever is coming towards us. So basically I want to turn my EVE Online show a little bit more into kind of like a talk show for the first half of it, and then we're going to be playing some more Viewers Fleet. Of course, Viewers Fleet will be assembling hopefully around 9 p.m. Eastern Time, which should be about 1 o'clock a.m. EVE time if you want to join us. Hey, Cosmic, welcome everybody. How's it going? Welcome Cosmic, good to see you here. Carlos Niebla, welcome buddy, how are you? Gentleman Gamer, welcome. I so hope I did not interrupt your chat with Anthony Carrillo.
You totally did. I was actually timing it. Awesome.
Good. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I want to talk more about the brand new release that CCP just released on Tuesday for EVE Online, this 119.5. Have you had a chance to play yet?
Oh yeah. I've been playing a lot, so yeah, I've experienced a good chunk of the features. So
awesome. So there's first things first, let's dive into a few cosmetic changes. The old scanning system is gone, and the new scanning system is here. So what do you think? Good riddance, or bring back the old stuff?
This could get you in trouble. I hear this. People are very upset about this. But I've been using the new one since it was in beta. I haven't used the old one since. So I've been using the new one, so it hasn't actually bothered me to get rid of it.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with you. I got a lot of flack for using the beta map. In fact, actually, let me switch to the game right here. It's still beta. I can't believe that the map is still in beta.
It is.
But I actually really do like the new scanning system. So in a way, I'm kind of happy that we're now switched up and letting go of the old and in with the new, right?
Well, right. At some point, they gotta get rid of the old stuff. So it was gonna happen sooner or later. So I figure I learned the new one as soon as they put it out.
Yeah, I know EVE Scout had some reservations about it because some devs said, you know what, just learn the new system. Here it is. Deal with it kind of thing, which was not the best way, I would say, to deal with it. But yeah. I welcome new things. And Manic Velocity, welcome to our live stream, everybody. Hashtag Manic Velocity in both YouTube and Twitch, guys. Hashtag. Gentleman Gamers here with us talking about the new 119.5 release. Concord frigates and cruisers have an updated skin now, as of yesterday.
Yeah, I noticed. They look very nice.
Yeah, you know what? I'm really looking forward to actually flying a Concorde ship. I don't know which one I'm gonna fly.
When are they gonna give them to you?
I have no idea. You know what? I'm really bad at trying to look those up. I think somebody on Twitter was complaining. Where are we getting these ships, kind of thing, angrily bashing into their keyboard. I don't know.
There are already buy orders up for them. So.
I'm sure there are. Yeah.
500 million for one.
Wow. Yeah, actually, you know what? I thought it was going to be a little bit more, I'll be honest, but
will be.
Hey, Eden Puppy, welcome to my live stream. Welcome. Yeah, so far I like them. I'm going to be talking a little bit more about them once we get a little bit later on. But one more thing, the Alliance logos are now displayed on the citadels. Isn't that cool?
Yes, that's really cool. No, I thought, I actually forgot about this until they put the feature video out. And they also said that the CEOs will be on the sides of the structure as well.
Really? Wow, I didn't know about that. That is so cool.
So in Brave Space, we have one of Kakali's alts on all our stations now, staring at us the whole time.
That's so cool. Yeah, actually, just on the way to Amar, just before I started streaming, I managed to capture this picture right here. It's not the best representations, I'll be honest, because you can only see the kind of like a default picture of an Alliance right there at the top of the right tower over here. But it's got that it's got the Alliance logo right on the top, and then the corporation logos on the side, and that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I think what they should do next is probably like corporate Alliance skins for them too while they're at it.
Yeah, for sure. And I know it's been a while since they actually allowed custom logos for alliances. I know there's been a lot of talk about it. So it's a good thing that finally we are here. Just want to show one picture. It's actually right on the on the update for right on the EVE Online website for this update, and it is. Here we go. It is the Brave logo on a Citadel, buddy.
Oh yes, yes, yes. It's glorious having the Brave logo on all the Citadels. So, and I think the more infrastructure they put in space, especially in null, because that's pretty much a lot of people live and they build up infrastructure there. But having it in space, I think will make it feel more like a specific alliance's space than it is now.
Exactly, because you do identify with your alliance and your corporation so much, especially when you get to nullsec. Maybe not so much in highsec, as some people just playing as part of the NPC corporations, but it is awesome to travel around nullsec and actually see who owns the Citadel. So that's quite a good addition, in my opinion.
Yeah, and really cool, really cool.
Yeah, Manic is saying, good old Manic is saying that he heard from Reddit, the best source for news, that 119.5 is literally the worst expansion ever.
Literally unplayable.
Literally unplayable. I might uninstall right now, actually.
Right now.
Right this moment. And of course, let's get to the thing that I'm very excited about, and is the backdrop right now. It's the brand new visual effects for all the suns. And don't they look amazing?
They're glorious. To be frank, I'm surprised it took this long. I don't know, they look amazing.
Yeah, you know what, actually I was looking into some NASA pictures from the observatory they have in orbit of the sun, and it looks so much alike what we see right now in EVE Online. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It was needed. It was definitely needed.
For sure. I mean, old ones looked okay, just barely okay. This one, you got your coronal mass ejections, you got your rays, and yeah. I mean, I know it's not exactly how you're supposed to see the suns in real life in science, because everything is really false color when you see pictures from NASA. But you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It looks so good.
I don't care.
Yeah, you know what? Totally don't care about that either.
Right now, since we got the new suns, we'll start pushing for actual like effects on your ships at that point once you get close to it.
I would love it. I mean,
shield damage, you know, it'd be great.
Yeah. You know what? Before I played EVE Online, I played a game called Freelancer from good old Microsoft Games. And
Freelancer.
Yeah,
a long time ago.
In that game, right before you get to the sun, you actually get an alarm saying you're getting too close here, buddy, and then you'd explode.
I think it was the same thing for I had what's it called? Elite Dangerous, same thing.
Oh yeah, okay. You know what? I've never played Elite Dangerous yet. That's one on my to-do list. Really on my to-do list to try that out.
It's an interesting game. It's everything is manual docking and whole 9 yards. But the suns are pretty cool too.
Yeah. And yeah, I was having to you, Clobok, and Manic is saying camera drones make space prettier than it actually is. Exactly.
Totally. Rose-colored glasses.
Yeah, anytime I see a sci-fi show, I kind of get upset when there's sound in space. So when I play EVE Online, I'm kind of say to myself, just camera drones simulating sound for me in my pod. That's what it is.
Yes. Exactly.
All right.
I peeping up through the for the Plex stuff. I know people have been somewhat complaining about the fact of the splitting and the Aurum to a Plex conversion stuff.
And actually, yeah, that brings me right to my next point, all about the what I like to call the quote-unquote nuPLEX. Let me have a little graphic here. Boom. Yeah, nuPLEX. So it's here now. It's been split 1 to 500 as of yesterday morning. So now 500 Plex gets you 30 in-game days, and also you now have a Plex vault. Let me switch quickly back in the game so I can show you guys what it is if you haven't actually seen it yet. Actually, can I show it to you? I don't know if I can show it while I'm in space. Have you tried the new Plex vault yet, Gentleman Gamer?
Nah, I've opened it up, and since I was under 1,000 Aurum, I don't get any until was about 3 months. They said they were converted over, so I don't have any Plex in, so I could not play with it yet.
Gotcha. I just made it happen on. Yeah, you can actually still access your Plex vault while you're in space. Currently, it says I have 721 Plex, which I really don't believe. I don't know how that happened. Probably Aurum. It's probably Aurum that I've had for a while now. Yeah, it's fairly easy to access. personally, I kind of feel a bit disappointed that now people really are not going to be Plex tanking their ships. Every week or so, I was really looking forward to looking at Zkill to see how much Plex did people lose transporting them to trade hubs.
Can people still put it in their ships though? That's what I'm curious about.
Yes, they can, but now they don't have to. That's the whole point. It's
they couldn't have to be before. They didn't have to either. So, yet
yes,
they did.
I know.
There's no hope.
There's really no hope. I'm still hoping, fingers crossed. I'm waiting for that first screenshot on Reddit or Twitter to show us how much Plex did somebody lose in their shuttle.
Oh man.
So I don't know how I feel about this split. Personally, I don't really care. I never really used Plex that much to begin with. But currently, what we have here. Let me show up a quick picture from the browser. That's the brand new graphic once again from the EVE Online website that shows you how much Plex costs. So just like Aurum, it's kind of tiered now. So you can either buy 110 for $4.99 USD. You can buy 240 Plex for $10 and etc. So the more actual currency you spend, the more free Plex you get in game. And I know some people complain that now it's kind of creating a bit of a microtransaction type mobile game kind of thing. What do you think about that, buddy?
I don't know. I think having two currencies in the game was pretty silly to begin with. I think it was overly complicated. EVE is complicated enough. Why have two currencies? At some point, I think those needed. Just make it simpler. Make one currency and make it small enough so new players can buy one and start building up if they want to Omega.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I was really confused as to why they introduced the Aurum in the first place, but I mean, they have their reasons, right? It's CCP reasons.
Well, yeah, I think maybe I'm not, when this came out, I was a pretty really new player, but I think maybe it was for the first like cash shop they had for the game, and they put Aurum out for that, I think. But I don't think any other MMO has two different currencies to buy things. I don't know. It makes no sense. I don't know.
No.
It had to get rid of. It makes no sense having to.
For sure. And you know what? Actually, up until last night, I didn't know you can buy Aurum with your ISK. There will actually used to be Aurum tokens, and I never knew about that.
yeah. Again, I remember hearing that, but I've never had a use to buy an Aurum token before, so I don't know.
Yeah. So in a way, I'm kind of glad they kicked away the old Aurum and now there's Plex, and I do kind of like that now the Plex is more granular. So in a way, say I lost all my ISK today and I still want to buy a ship and play around, why not throw a couple of bucks and buy that ship? I know people will be upset about that, but in a way it doesn't really encourage anybody to do that. It's more like your own preference or your own favor, whether you want to spend real money to buy ships or not. And with that in mind, I actually did a quick and dirty calculation. Spreadsheets. There you go. I don't know where my camera is at. Right there it is. Quick and dirty calculation. So basically right now, the cost per single Plex is roughly 5 cents if you go by the lowest tier amount. So if you pay your $5, the $4.99 American dollars for 110 Plex, it's pretty much about 5 cents per one single Plex. And that comes out to 5 cents, giving you about 2.5 million ISK in game. I took an average ISK price between the buy and sell based on the MR prices last night. So now, yeah, this is I don't know, people will be upset about that, whether because technically you can now buy in-game currency right away without any issues, which you could before, but now there's it's a lot easier to do. The other thing is, well, once again, about $1 worth of currency will give you 50 million, which is more than enough to actually fit quite a decent frigate or a pretty capable cruiser for PvP. So some people might spend a lot of dollars per night if you run a lot of PvP here and there. The one interesting thing that I noted is that we know that it takes 500 Plex to actually increase your game time by 30 days, which roughly translates to 1.25 billion ISK in game, which is the same price that it used to be before the whole split. So in my opinion, I think CCP actually did a really good job trying to, pricing everything out and splitting the ISK the way it's supposed to be split, so that there's really not much difference between nuPLEX and the old PLEX. What else can I say about this? There's really not much else to say except technically, if you buy based on the lowest tier cost, it will cost you 25 American dollars to increase your game time by 30 days. But of course, they do have that promotion where you spend $20, you get 500 PLEX, which gives you 30 days, and it's roughly about 4 cents per one single PLEX.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not the HLBI industry. I don't have fancy graphs to show you guys. I'd be kind of curious to see where PLEX goes from here, and I'll be watching his stream just to see where it goes. But in a way, I think it also makes it easier for people to get into PLEX trading now. Just don't fall for those scams, guys. Do not fall for those scams.
Yeah. I heard about some of those.
Yeah, somebody posted a picture on Twitter saying some mistakes were made, and its highest price paid per one PLEX was 1.3 billion, which is as of yesterday. So that's yeah, somebody really fell prey to those scams. Oh, by the way, when it comes to Aurum, people were really upset about the whole Aurum thing, where at first CCP promised that anybody that has more than 1,000 Aurum will get it converted right away at about 7 Aurum per one nuPLEX. People really rebelled, saying, you know what, we spend actual currency to buy Aurum, so why should we pay the penalty for that? Excuse me. So now they relented and said that in about 3 months' time, anybody who has less than 1,000 Aurum will get it all converted at the same rate, 7 Aurum per one nuPLEX. So yeah, don't get despaired. Your Aurum, if it's still there, don't worry about it. If it's still on 1,000, don't worry about it. Wait for 3 months, and you'll get a brand new nuPLEX in your PLEX vault. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's talk about the other big thing, in my opinion, that's coming, and it is the bigger and better PvE. Now we have the Blood Raider shipyards. So
yes, they're well, I think, and from the mass test, it seems it's going to be a pretty intense to actually destroy one of these things.
For sure. So currently they are only in the Blood Raider Naustic region, right? That's the Delve region, is it?
I think it's only Delve. I don't think they're going to spawn in Blood Raider.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming goons will have the first whack at these.
Oh, probably, right?
Yeah, I can imagine how badly they want to
get your tinfoil hats on and
right now. Not only do they drop the MPs, the blue BPCs for the capitals that are coming out, but they also drop pretty much anything Blood Raider. So.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Currently, I do believe they're hidden, and the only way you can find them is if you find the Blood Raider mining up, and then you have to follow a hauler. Have you had a chance to test that out in the mass test?
No, I didn't test that. For the mass test, they kind of just warped us to it.
Gotcha.
But in I think if you're gonna find them on the real server, you're gonna have to actually like scan down one of these haulers when they're flying back to it.
Oh, scan it down. Wow. So it's not gonna be like what do you call them? The escalations, right? So you really have to look for it.
Yeah. You have. I'm assuming you have to scan down the actual hauling ship going back and forth from the actual belt.
Wow. Okay.
I think that's how it works.
That's hardcore.
Oh yeah. But they're pretty slow. They go back and forth, so you should have time.
Okay, that's good. And yeah, from CCP Larkin, I believe, his presentation, that was a fan fest. So basically what he said is that you can only get one BPC for the Blood Raider capital ship at a time. So once you destroy everything, if you manage to actually get the fleet done and collect all the loot by yourself, that's the only one ship you will have. So in order to get more, you have to find more of the shipyards, and there's only one per whole New Eden cluster. So probably going to be a lot of competition for those shipyards. In any case, I want to talk a little bit more about that later on, but for now, actually, actually, the other part of my live stream that I really want to introduce more whenever I stream EVE Online is a creator spotlight. And today I really want to shine a spotlight on Gentleman Gamer, because you produce EVE Online videos. So please tell us a little bit about yourself and how my viewers can find more about you.
Well, I've been doing EVE videos for a few years at this point. I started off doing like solo PvP videos and exploration videos, and I pretty much still do that. I think I did a couple manufacturing ones, but not a whole lot of those. But that's pretty much what I do in game. Pretty much.
Gotcha. So basically, in my description of the videos on YouTube, you can find all the links that you can find Gentleman Gamer. You can also type in ! Gentleman Gamer in both Twitch and YouTube, and you'll get links just to connect more with the Gentleman Gamer. He has a YouTube channel, Discord server, Twitter, and an in-game channel as well at GG Lounge, I believe. Yeah. You do run with the Brave Alliance. Actually, for as long as I remember, you've been with the Brave Alliance. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, I was in like high sec for about 2 years, give or take. Just doing high sec mining or missioning, then like dipping into low or faction warfare, then bouncing back out. But I've been in Brave for about 3 years right now.
3 years? That's a long time. And what kind of activity do you usually like to do in game?
Oh, well, right now I've been doing I've been back into manufacturing and in nullsec, so I've been doing that a lot, trying to build whatever from what blueprints I have, whatever the Alliance needs. And defense fleets, of course. I was on one last night, so.
Cool. I just want to say hello to Judge Sarn. Welcome, Johnny Pugh. Welcome, Anthony Carrillo. Welcome to YouTube. Dharma Ocean. Welcome, buddy. And Sergeant Crabhammer. Thank you for joining us. I am here with Gentleman Gamer talking about Gentleman Gamer. He's another creator for YouTube, and he does a lot of videos for EVE Online. So let me ask you, what it is that led you to actually start creating videos for EVE Online?
Well, I probably other YouTubers, so like Johnny Pugh, you of course, the Lone Wolf.
Thank you.
At NASA's Dragon Wolf, I watched his a lot of his EVE videos, and at some point it was just cool having you guys pretty much document everything you're doing in the game. And I thought that was a pretty cool side effect of making YouTube videos. You just what was I doing last year in EVE, and you look back, last year at what videos I was making. That's what I was doing in EVE, so I thought that was very cool. So I definitely wanted to try it, and I can't bear to watch my old videos right now because they're terrible.
I don't think anybody can really look back and watch their own videos.
Oh man, so they're pretty bad. But I do like to go back and just see what I was doing.
Quick interruption, because His Holiness Max Singularity is watching us right now on YouTube. Welcome, Spacepo. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Once again, I am with Gentleman Gamer talking about Gentleman Gamer. Wow, Max Singularity. Welcome. So good to have you here. So, Gentleman Gamer, aside from EVE, you also make gameplay for other videos, for other games, and as much as maybe some viewers dislike us talking about other games, I'm kind of curious, currently, what's your other favorite game to play and record videos for at this time?
The only one that that I've recorded recently has been Elder Scrolls Online, but it's nowhere near EVE though. I don't play it nearly as much though, but it's fun. I like Elder Scrolls lore. I like the story. I like a lot of the mini stories in between the factions and everything. So it ties up nicely. And I think it's in June they're bringing in a Morrowind expansion for that game.
Wow.
So I'm very excited for that too.
Cool. I might be joining you in June. I do have the game. I haven't played it yet, but I'm looking forward to trying it.
You gotta play, man. When you're ready, we'll play it.
Oh yeah. So guys, yeah, if you play EVE Online,
if you play 10, and then we'll go into Cyrodiil and we'll gank some people.
Awesome.
Ask for a mining permit, it'd be great.
Yeah, so if you play EVE Online, if you play Elder Scrolls, pretty much follow Gentleman Gamer right now. Don't wait. Quit my channel and follow him right now. But getting back to the EVE side of things, you are part of the Brave Alliance, and a lot of alpha clones and new bros watch my channel. Could you please tell us more about what's it like being part of Brave? Because they really are new player friendly, which is a great thing, in my opinion, about that alliance.
Well, for Alpha Clones New Bros, Brave started as a new player group. So right after the Battle of Asakai, it started, and they pretty much took all the new players called Brave Newbies, and they would do take newbies in and do whatever people tell you not to do. Go PvP. Be careful what you fly, and just go have fun. The fun per hour is the motto pretty much. And it got really big. It got up to 10,000 players at some point. And obviously it collapsed on itself terribly. And it went through a series of moves and everything. And now we're back exactly where we started 3 years ago, back in catch, right? But for a new player, most of the time we're fighting against much richer, very organized alliance like Pandemic Legion, or even Goon Swarm. We were fighting them a couple times, not for SOV stuff, but they've been around. So it's a little harder because you're fighting people that are a very high skill level and very high SP. But it's also very good as you can learn much quicker in that environment.
For sure. What about the barrier of entry for new bros? Do they have to have any sort of skill points to join, or can they just join in straight away?
No, they join straight away. We don't have a barrier skill point wise. They do, I think, you still need API and stuff like that, but skill point wise, they take you pretty much day one. Awesome.
And that's good to know, because anybody who wants to experience nullsec, they really shouldn't have to wait until they earn their stripes.
Right. The only issue they have is pretty much trying to get sustainable in nullsec to make money and not. But there's certain fits for each one of the alpha races. You can belt rat at first, and then as you build money up, you can do the anomalies, and then at that point you'll be pretty self-sufficient.
Well, I find in nullsec it's a little bit easier to make money, if I'm not mistaken. There's just a little bit more opportunity for it.
I would say yes, because if you go into nullsec, usually you have a pretty big group of people to help you with advice, and even ships. And a Brave gives away tons of ships and skill books and stuff like that. A lot of the other new bro alliances do that too, like Karma Fleet and Pandemic Horde, and Test has one as well now. And they do a lot of just giving away skill books and just giving away money, T1 frigates.
Yeah, and that's a great thing. And I mean, Brave was really the first alliance, as far as I know, as far as I remember, to really embrace the new bro culture, to let new people in. I mean, yeah, it's gone through ups and downs over the years, and now, like you said, Pandemic Legion has Pandemic Horde, and Gunstorm has the Karma Fleet, to really rein in the new bros and teach them the ways of nullsec. But you know what, all 7 to you guys for being the first ones to really try and embrace the new bro culture. Quick. So, game of 10 statements. So you have to answer the first thing that pops into your mind as soon as I stop speaking. It's kind of like a word association game. It can come into two different forms, so you don't have to answer these. The first 2 are just a freebie, kind of like to get you acquainted with the game. So when I say Jita, you say blank, whatever. So try to say as
like now scam.
Sure, yeah, you know what, that's exactly what I was thinking. So try to keep it to like 1 to 2 word answers, like Jita, scam. Or it can come in a form of team 10 or team 20. Once again, don't have to answer that.
Okay.
That's about the whole World War weeb that's going on right now. But yeah, so it's going to be either or just one single statement and reply. So ready to start?
All right.
Okay, let's do this. It's the game with Gentleman Gamer. So, first statement, Minmatar. Rusty, nice. I would also accept duct tape.
Duct tape would work, yeah.
Next question, PvE or PvP?
Scary,
both scary. Awesome. I would believe ship spinning would also be acceptable answer. Next question. Thera.
Also scary.
Everything's scary with a Gentleman Gamer. I can't believe that.
They're scary.
I would accept your capacitor is empty as well. Alright, next question. We have Umber or Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, alright. So he knows something about mining. That's good to know. Next one, low sec.
I was gonna say scary again, but I said it 3 times.
So we get scary, scary, scary. This is your last scary gentleman game that I will allow in this game.
Fine.
I would also accept best sec or
I was
Ebu
gonna say gate
pilots.
guns after that.
Next question, railguns or blasters?
Blasters.
Blasters, alright. This guy likes it up close and personal when he is ganking you. Next one, the damsel.
Distress.
Distress, good one, good association. I would also accept annoying or not again.
Seriously, not again.
Alright, 3 more to go, 3 more to go. 1 more. Here we go. Pandemic Legion.
Supers.
Right on, right on. I was hoping you would say the overly attached girlfriend, but I would accept supers as well.
Oh, you're moving it.
Alright, next one. Providence.
Holy Amar.
Holy Amar, very nice, very nice. Also, Weeps would be acceptable as well. And finally, for all the marbles, Iceland or Vegas?
Oh man, Iceland, man.
Iceland
so badly.
Alright, right on. Well, Gentleman Gamer, thank you so much for joining me today for this spotlight on your YouTube channel and on your Twitter and everything that you do to create more content outside of the game and bring more of the game to everybody else. Once again, Gentleman Gamer, thank you so much for joining me today. And after this, we're actually gonna go and have a viewers fleet. So everybody's welcome to join as we run through LowSec. And before we actually go ahead, I would like to ask everybody that's watching either the replay or live right now to please leave a comment on what other content creator you would like me to shine a spotlight on in my next live stream for EVE Online. It doesn't matter whether it's somebody creating artwork, YouTube videos, or Twitch live streams. Just comment with a name and a link in the description, and I will see whether I can have them either on stream or at the very least feature their work on my stream. So thank you so much for that, and let's go ahead. Let's start getting ready for the PvP fleet. Oh, Phantasmus is scrambling me.
Yeah, he targeted me, and I warped into the gate inside the gate to get away.
Yeah, I think I might be dead here because he's so far away. How is he shooting me? Oh, Phantasmus here. Never mind. Phantasmus here. I'm just being stupid here. Okay, I am targeting the Phantasm. Here we go. Let me maintain my range as much as I can. My tank probably gonna break before his tank will, so... Yep, and I'm buffer fit.
I'll try to help him.
That's alright, I understand. At least my drones are here now. Still able to try to get my drones away from me. That's what was happening. Yep, I am almost dead. There we go. Well, it's been fun flying with you guys.
No!
Good. At least I got one fight at this stream. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna have to warp away.